Get ready, because today we're revealing the top 4 rare coins that could turn your pocket change into thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. These coins may look normal, but hidden details like rare dates and mint marks make them incredibly valuable. Don't miss this, because one of these coins could already be in your hands right now. Top 1, 1994. Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark. A coin that at first glance looks completely ordinary but can turn into a life-changing discovery under the right conditions. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is what the P mint mark represents. Millions of these dimes were produced, and most of them are still only worth their face value. But a very small number stand out due to rare characteristics that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for. The Roosevelt dime series itself began in 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. These coins have been part of everyday American life for decades, used in everything from vending machines to pocket change. Because they are so common, most people never stop to think that one could be incredibly valuable. That's exactly what makes rare finds like the 1994 P dime so fascinating. Now, you might be wondering what makes this specific coin so special. The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and unique minting errors or variations. A large date variety is one of the key features collectors look for. This means the numbers in the date appear slightly bigger and more pronounced than usual. It's a subtle difference, but in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest detail can make a massive impact on value. In addition to the large date, condition plays a major role. The coin we're talking about is described as circulated, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions. However, it is still in very fine condition, which is impressive for a coin that has been handled over the years. Even with light scratches, if the details of Roosevelt's profile, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse side remain sharp, the coin becomes highly desirable. Another factor that can drive the value up to such an incredible level is the presence of minting errors. These errors can include double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual die variations. When a rare error appears on a coin that already has a collectible feature like a large date, its value can skyrocket. Collectors are always searching for these one-of-a-kind pieces because they represent something unique in the history of coin production. The idea that a circulated 1994 P dime could reach around $900,000 at auction might sound unbelievable, but it reflects how passionate and competitive the coin collecting community can be. Auctions often bring together serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a rare piece to complete their collection. When 2 or more bidders recognize the significance of a coin, the price can climb rapidly. What makes this even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this could still be out there, hiding in plain sight. They could be sitting in old jars, forgotten drawers, or even in your pocket change right now. Most people never take the time to closely examine their coins, which is why valuable pieces can go unnoticed for years. If you're interested in finding coins like this, start by checking your dimes carefully. Look at the date, the mint mark, and any unusual features. Pay attention to the size of the numbers and the overall design. Even small differences can mean a big payday. Using a magnifying glass can help you spot details that aren't visible to the naked eye. Top 2. 1995 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark. A coin that appears completely ordinary at first glance, but can become incredibly valuable under the right circumstances. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, one of the most well-known mints in the United States, producing millions of dimes every year. Most of these coins are still only worth 10 cents, but a very rare variation has captured the attention of collectors around the world. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and since then it has remained one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. Because of its everyday use, people rarely stop to examine these coins closely. That's why rare varieties like the 1995 P large date dime can go unnoticed for years, sometimes even decades. What makes this particular coin so valuable is a combination of unique characteristics. One of the most important features is the large date variety. In this version, the numbers in 1995 appear slightly bigger, thicker, and more prominent than on standard dimes. This difference might seem minor, but in the world of numismatics, even the smallest variation can dramatically increase a coin's value. In addition to the large date, condition plays a huge role in determining value. The example we're talking about is described as circulated but still in very fine condition. This means the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows some wear, including light scratches, but still retains strong detail. Roosevelt's profile remains clear, and the reverse design featuring the torch, olive branch, and oak branch is still well defined. Coins in this level of preservation are highly desirable, especially when combined with rare features. Another major factor that can push the value of a 1995 P dime to extraordinary levels is the presence of minting errors. These errors can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual variations that occurred during the minting process. When such an error is found on a coin that already has a rare attribute like a large date, it becomes a one-of-a-kind collectible. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for these unique pieces, and they are willing to pay huge amounts to add them to their collections. The idea that a circulated dime could be worth $900,000 might sound unbelievable, but auctions have proven time and again that rare coins can reach incredible prices. When collectors recognize something truly special, bidding can become intense, driving the value far beyond expectations. It's not just about the coin itself, but also about its rarity, history, and the excitement of owning something that very few people in the world have. What makes this story even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this could still be out there, hiding in plain sight. They might be sitting in old coin jars, tucked away in drawers, or even passing through your hands without you realizing their true value. Many valuable coins have been discovered by ordinary people who simply took the time to look closely at their change. If you want to start searching for coins like this, begin by examining your dimes carefully. Look for the 1995 date and the P mint mark. Pay close attention to the size and shape of the numbers in the date and watch for anything unusual in the design. A magnifying glass can be extremely helpful in spotting small details that could make a big difference. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a journey of discovery. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth far more than its face value. The 1995 P Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how something so small and common can turn into a life-changing find. Top 3. 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, a coin that might look completely normal at first glance, but could hold extraordinary value under the right conditions. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it has no mint mark. During that time, Philadelphia coins often didn't carry a mint mark, making them blend in easily with everyday circulation. Millions of these nickels were produced, and most are still only worth 5 cents, but a very rare variation has captured the attention of serious collectors. The Jefferson nickel series has been a part of American currency since 1938, featuring the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Because these coins are so common, people rarely take the time to inspect them closely. That's exactly why rare varieties like the 1973 large-date nickel can remain hidden for years, even decades, without being discovered. One of the key features that makes this coin so valuable is the large-date variety. In this version, the numbers in 1973 appear noticeably larger, thicker, and more defined than on standard coins. It's a subtle detail, but collectors pay close attention to these differences. Even a slight variation in the size or shape of the date can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Condition is another major factor in determining the value of this coin. The example we're discussing is circulated but still in very fine condition. This means it has been used in everyday transactions and shows signs of wear, including light scratches, but still retains strong detail. Jefferson's portrait remains clear, and the Monticello building on the reverse is still well-defined. Coins that maintain this level of detail, even after circulation, are highly attractive to collectors. What can truly push the value of a 1973 nickel to the astonishing level of $800,000 is the presence of rare minting errors or unique die variations. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that occurred during the minting process. When a coin combines a large date with a rare error, it becomes extremely scarce. Collectors are always searching for these unique pieces because they represent something special and different from the millions of standard coins. The idea that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth such a massive amount might seem impossible, but auction history has shown that rare coins can reach incredible prices. When collectors recognize a coin's rarity and uniqueness, bidding can quickly escalate. The excitement of owning a one-of-a-kind piece of history often drives prices far beyond what most people would expect. What makes this even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this are still out there, hiding in plain sight. They could be sitting in old jars, tucked away in drawers, or even passing through your hands in everyday transactions. Many valuable coins have been discovered by people who simply took a closer look at their change instead of ignoring it. If you want to start searching for coins like this, begin by checking your nickels carefully. Look for the 1973 date and confirm that there is no mint mark. Pay close attention to the size and thickness of the numbers in the date, and watch for any unusual features in the design. Using a magnifying glass can help you spot small details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a journey filled with history, excitement, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth far more than its face value. The 1973 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how something so ordinary can become extraordinary. Top 4. 1976. Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when millions of nickels were produced for everyday circulation. Most of these coins are still only worth their face value, and people spend them without even looking. But hidden among those millions is a rare variation that has captured the attention of serious collectors and investors. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American currency since 1938, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his historic home, Monticello, on the back. Because this design has remained familiar for decades, it's easy for rare coins to go unnoticed. That's exactly what makes a coin, like the 1976 D large date nickel so fascinating it hides in plain sight. One of the key features that can make this coin extremely valuable is the large date variety. In this version, the numbers in 1976 appear bigger, thicker, and more pronounced than usual. It's not something most people would notice right away, but collectors pay close attention to these small differences. A slight variation in the date can turn a common coin into something truly special. Condition is another important factor that affects value. The coin we're talking about is circulated, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions and shows signs of wear. There are visible scratches, but it is still considered to be in very fine condition. This means that despite the wear, the main design details remain sharp. Jefferson's profile is still clear, and the image of Monticello on the reverse side is well defined. Coins that maintain this level of detail are much more desirable in the collector's market. What can take the value of a 1976 D nickel to an astonishing $800,000 is the presence of rare minting errors or unique die varieties. These errors can include double designs, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that occurred during production. When a coin has both a large date and a rare error, it becomes incredibly scarce. Collectors are always searching for these one-of-a-kind pieces, and they are willing to pay huge amounts to own them. It might seem unbelievable that a simple 5-cent coin could reach such a high price, but the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Auctions often bring together passionate collectors who compete for rare finds. When multiple bidders recognize the importance of a coin, the price can rise quickly, sometimes reaching levels that seem impossible for such a small piece of metal. What makes this story even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this are still out there, waiting to be discovered. They could be hidden in old collections, sitting in jars at home, or even passing through your hands in everyday transactions. Many valuable coins have been found by ordinary people who simply decided to take a closer look at their change. If you're interested in finding coins like this, start by checking your nickels carefully. Look for the 1976 date and the D mint mark. Pay attention to the size and thickness of the numbers in the date, and watch for anything unusual in the design. Even a small difference could mean you're holding something valuable. Using a magnifying glass can help you see details that are easy to miss. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a journey filled with history, excitement, and discovery. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth far more than anyone expects. The 1976 D Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how something so ordinary can become extraordinary.